Hey Nicole, what's up? It's Dana. So I'm sorry that you're having that trouble, and Premiere is just a terrible program because stuff like this pops up all the time. It's strange that this is like a professional program. Anyways, one thing you could try is to switch the media encoder. And so you find that by going up here to File, and it might be slightly different on a PC if you're on a PC. Down to Project Settings, over to General. And here the the renderer, mine says, you can use this graphics processing unit acceleration that's recommended. But sometimes if I have weird glitches, which I also have, then you can switch to any other of the options there. So for the Mac, there's this thing. I'm not sure if the PC is different, but hopefully there's at least one other renderer, and I imagine that you will have some sort of like hardware versus software solution. So if you switch this and then try your render again, that could help. Another thing that you can try is exporting just the clips that are faulty. And so, yours, it seemed like it was like a clip and a half. So let's say it's like this clip that's missing and part of this clip that's missing. I'll just export both of those clips. And so the way you can do that is select both of the clips that you want to export. And then on the Mac, it's the backslash button. It's like right to the left of the right hand shift. And that sets your in and out points for your timeline to whatever you've selected. So again, let's see, I'll clear that, clear in and out. You can do this manually, but it's faster if you do it like this. So just select the clips you want to export, and then it's the backslash / it's the question mark slash that's just to the left of the right hand shift button. Then once that's selected, then when you go to File, down to Export, and then over to Media, then just make sure you can call this like replacement clips. Make sure it's going where you want. I would choose match source high bit rate for this, since we don't want to over compress it, since then what you'll do is bring it back into Premiere, like if it worked. So we'll do that. And then just make sure instead of range entire source, make sure you select source in out. And that's just going to be that in out point of those two clips that you selected. Then click export. I'm going to do that real quick. Cool. Then once it's exported, then go find that file on your hard drive. Okay, so here we are. I found that file, replacement clips. So open it up first, make sure everything looks good. Hopefully it does. And then you can close it. And what I would do is, here I'm working on this thing called composition.01. That's here. I would duplicate this and version it up. So right click, duplicate. Here it is. And I'm going to call it composition.02. And then make sure you open it. So now I'm working on composition.02. I can actually close all these other ones. And just bring in the exported clip, assuming that it exported correctly. So import that. And I'm just going to drop it right on top. And then the only thing that is a problem with that is I think I saw that the last frame is black. So just make sure that scooches right up to it. And now we've replaced our clip. And then you can right click up here in the timeline and say clear in and out, and you'll get rid of the in and out points. So you've just sort of replaced the erroring clips with a correctly exported one, or successfully exported one. If that doesn't work, then what I would do is, here, let me go back to my previous timeline, composition 01, here with my original clips. Say this is the offending clip here, or these two are the offending clips. I would find them in the Finder. So right click, reveal in Finder, it's this one here that is having the trouble. So I would open it in QuickTime and play it and make sure that it's not having any issues as the raw file. And if it looks fine, then just use QuickTime to sort of convert it into a different version of the clip. So you can go File, Export As, and the highest quality that it gives you. So I'll do 4K since this was a 4K clip, and then just throw it back into that same footage folder if you want. I'm going to make a new folder and call it re-exported clips and throw it in there. And maybe give it a different name so you don't get confused. Re-exported. Oops, I misspelled exported. So this is QuickTime making a new file. So maybe if there's like a weird glitch in the file, then this might fix it. So then go ahead and close that and then import that new bit. All right, so here we are, re-exported clips. Here's that. I'm going to change the name now. There we go, corrected that. And then drop that in. And then what you can do once it's in here, this is that whole clip, and so you sort of have to figure out what your in and out points are on this clip that you decide to use. So if you double click on it, it'll open in the source viewer. And if you zoom out, you can see that I'm not using the entire clip. I cut into the clip at, if we go to the endpoint, that's 1 second and 8 frames. And I leave the clip at the very end, 10 seconds and 5 frames. So let's open this guy, 1 second and 8 frames. That's going to be our in point. And just double check our out point. Oh, no, it's not. So 10 seconds and 5 frames. There we go. That's our out point. Cool. And you could just bring the video and that should replace perfectly.